They call it faith because in the face of darkness, you can see that brighter future. A faith that our best days lay ahead of us. But is it worth the fight? Do I have the courage? Is it worth the sacrifice? America has been worth it every single time.
Oh my God, Ron DeSantis is maybe gonna possibly, but probably, yeah, sure, announce finally for his candidacy for run for president. Of course, gonna join that building field on the Republican side. There was that weird video though of him coming from the back room. I guess that's usually like maybe like a stage and you had a curtain there, but it's a huge American flag instead. Cool. But there's definitely some energy behind it. He's coming out to have an awkward conversation with someone, I suppose. But Casey DeSantis, as you guys maybe have seen there, his wife did post that with a little bit of like a teaser here. Maybe you don't know what's going on. She goes, America is worth the fight every single time. Oh man, we don't know exactly what she's talking about. But it was announced just a day before that DeSantis is going to go ahead and announce his candidacy here today, maybe even like 45 minutes or so on Twitter. Sources familiar confirmed to Fox News that the popular conservative governor will declare that he's a candidate for president at 6 o'clock Eastern during a conversation with Elon Musk on Twitter. Musk and DeSantis will host this event on Twitter Spaces, the site's platform for audio chats, in case you guys don't know about that, on Wednesday again, and it'll be moderated by David Sachs. He's a tech entrepreneur who is a Musk confidant and a DeSantis supporter all around. They're gonna be pushing this guy like crazy. Along with this announcement though, DeSantis is expected to file paperwork with the FEC and officially launch that presidential campaign. And then the fight is going to commence, by the way. And Casey again with one more tweet because it's very fun, it's an exciting time. I'm sure they're very excited about it. This is her last tweet. She says it's gonna be big if true. We already know it. It's been like a year we've been expecting this, Casey. Does he have a chance here, Ben? What's going on? What should he do? How does he get in this race and shake these narratives about him?
He's already doing it and he does have a chance. And I can't believe that a man as mean-spirited and evil as him is somebody that I hope beats somebody else. I hope that he beats Trump because he's not as bad as Trump, but he's very, very bad. But it just shows you how full of crap every politician and their spouse seems to be. His wife is tweeting, huge if true. She knows it's true and she's publicly going out, just don't tweet. She knows it's true and she's saying, I'm not sure if it's true. Oh really, were you not clued in on this very elaborate plan that's been happening for months and months? We have a very stupid, and I believe he actually already did just file the paperwork. And this is paperwork that I have filed in the past, again, evidencing just how broken our government, how backward our government is. To run for president of the United States, you have to fill out FEC forms 1 and 2, and you have to turn in form 2 before form 1. Why they wouldn't call that form 1 and form 2 proves to you have to sign up from the very beginning to be part of a complete SHI whatever show that is just ass backwards from minute 1. That video was weird and creepy. Why was there a British voice? I thought it's supposed to be America first from these guys. DeSantis waddles out there, pauses for a second, then waddles really quickly and nervously to the curtain. That's the best footage they could find of this horrible influence in our society. I hope he and Trump arm wrestle and mud wrestle each other off a cliff.
Well, maybe it'll happen when they get to debating, if it gets to that point. I'm not sure how much DeSantis is banking on Trump having some more legal issues, maybe having some more arraignments and arrests. Who knows? But that would be a curious thing.
The crowd. Not only will that happen, Trump's going to be held up he's going to have to host the debates in the courthouse. But seeing DeSantis and Trump debate, there better not be anybody sitting within 30 feet because all of their eyes will be poked out with DeSantis copying Trump hands and Trump hands flying. It's a very dangerous place to be. Bring goggles.
The only safe space is far enough away where their little hands can't get to anyone at all. One more thing though, I do want to play this because Marjorie Taylor Green was talking about it, and you might be a little surprised, you won't be, as her response to it and what it is that she thinks Ron DeSantis is up to and why he's doing it. Watch.
You don't announce that you're running for president of the United States in some kind of little Twitter world. It's not a real world. Twitter is not real. So I can't comprehend why that would be the place to do the announcement. It makes no sense to me, and it's not serious.
It's absolutely not serious. The Twitter world, that non-real world, which, okay, cool, yeah, because there's a lot of fake things going on Twitter. But last I checked, maybe it's changed since. Last I heard, Marjorie Taylor Green was very active on Twitter, that non-real world, saying the real world things that she looks to do, talking about her stupid podcast and talking about the people she wants to impeach, and then her crazy actions within Congress. She's not really doing anything in Congress. She's just promoting herself everywhere else that she goes. But Twitter is this non-real space. But I do give her this. If they're trying to appeal to all these older folks, the Fox News crowds and all that, they may not really be able to understand where the hell Twitter Spaces is. They may not be able to find it. I gotta point that one part out there. But also, lastly, you guys, graphic 7 here. We don't have to go to 8, but it's definitely people expecting to see what Trump would say finally when this happens. And honestly, I was expecting more really fast. He says, look, Rob, he called him Rob, the sanctimonious. I guess he's robbing people, I'm not sure. Came asking me for help. He was losing badly. This is a regurgitated story. Stop me if you've heard this before. He's losing badly by 31 points to popular agriculture commissioner Adam Putnam. He was getting ready to drop out of the race. Ran a terrible campaign. Ron told me he had one last chance. My support and endorsement in capitals for some reason, which Putnam and everyone else wanted also. I gave it to Ron, and the race is over. In one day, he went from losing badly to winning by a lot with 3 large Trump rallies. He won the general election in an upset. Disloyal. So he's disloyal for actually running for president. I can't wait for the fights to begin. Fine, let's wait for the fights to begin before I talk about his ass anymore. Last thoughts, Ben, we're gonna go to break and see what the people have to say.
Yeah, I mean, Trump is just being Trump. He also keeps calling him DeSanctimonious, which none of his supporters know what the word sanctimonious means. He's missing, in my opinion, the obvious good nickname, which would be Ron the Ass Kiss. I feel like that is much more digestible. I hope Trump runs with that, but I have very few hopes about Trump. But as to Marjorie Taylor Green, she is definitely all over Twitter, but it is a serious place. It can be, and it can be a total nightmare as well, a nightmare landscape. But it speaks to me further again how the true intentions of what Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter is about. It's not about giving free speech to everybody, making it the public square. It's about Elon Musk dictating the future and controlling not only outer space and vehicle transportation, but also making sure, and our brains and chips in our brains, but also who we elect president. I mean, he already came out and said he would be supporting DeSantis, I believe, and then now he's hosting. You can't be the mayor of the town square and then also putting your thumb on the scale to that degree and telling people who to endorse. And I think that alone will make DeSantis come out very strong in the polls. And so people that have commented on DeSantis being done before he's out the gates are just have no idea what they're talking about, because once you announce, that's when the polls are gonna start being real.
Yeah, there's too many hateful people in this country to let this guy slip too far.